In our last lesson, we made our user wait, and we're going to do the same thing in this lesson. Last time, we could give them a progress view to let them know the end was in sight. In this lesson, we're going to use an activity indicator, and unfortunately, well, it's basically that hourglass that users hate. And they really can't tell when the end is coming. And we use that in cases where we can't tell when the end is coming. So it's an indeterminate thing. We know that the app has to do something that's going to take a long time, but we just don't know how long it's going to take. So we give the user the best information that we can, which is, sorry, we're doing something. So we've got a storyboard, and you'll note that I've made the view background a blue. And there's a reason for this, and we'll see that in just a second. We're going to add an activity indicator view. And I'm going to try to get that dead center. By default, the style is white, which is why I used a blue background, because, well, a white activity indicator on a white background doesn't show very well. It's also kind of small and unobtrusive, which may be ideal for what you're doing. And it's pretty good on a phone, but it looks a little bit small for a tablet. There are two whole other styles. There's gray, which does work on a white background. And then there's large white, which is about twice the size. We're going to use the large white just to make sure that our user doesn't overlook it. On the behavior, there's a property called animating. And if I check this, it will start spinning to begin with. We're going to do that in code, so I'm not going to do this. I am going to, however, set hides when stopped. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want to add a switch, and this will control whether it's on or off. And we'll set our switch's initial state to off, and we'll hook up some connections. And I want to hook up an action for the switch for when the value is changed. And an outlet for our activity indicator. And when the switch is changed, I'm just going to flip the activity indicator. So I can look at a property on the activity indicator. I could, of course, look at the switch's property, but this gives you another method to take a look at. So we have a method called isAnimating, and if the activity is animating, then I want to turn it off. And I simply call stop animating. Otherwise, of course, I'd like to start it animating. And that should be all that we need. Let's give this a run in the simulator. There's my blue background, and I don't have any activity indicator. And before I flip this switch, well, too late. I made a mistake when I was doing the layout. I didn't actually set my constraints, so I'm not truly centered. But there's my activity indicator spinning away. And our user will be patiently waiting for that hourglass to go away. And finally it does. And I'm just going to do one thing, and that's resolve those layout issues, add my missing constraints, It should be nicely centered now. And we'll just double check that. And there it is in the center. Much better. That's one of those little sloppy things that will catch you on occasion. So that's the activity indicator, and hopefully your apps won't have to use it very often, but I'm sure you'll come across it.